You guys wanted it, and you're gonna get it. Trading with the brand new trade logic in Madden 21. If you guys missed it, they came out with a huge update earlier today, and I will leave a link to that video in the description box below explaining everything from that update. I told you guys if we got 5,000 likes on that video by the time I got back from the doctor, we were gonna do a video, really just 20-25 minutes of me just trading, seeing what the heck happens here with this brand new trade logic in Madden 21. It's not perfect, but it's much improved. I'm just excited to see the differences you can do with trades, because it's been like 3 or 4 years, or maybe even 5 years since we've had any adjustment to the trade logic system at all, and it's not perfect, but it's so much better. I'm excited to see what the heck we can even do with this new trade logic system. Nothing crazy, literally, like I said, there's like 20-25 minutes of me just chilling, trading, and seeing what we can acquire, what we can trade away, what we can get. I'm excited for it. If you guys want me to do a rebuild tomorrow with the brand new trade logic, once again, let's go for 7,500 likes. Actually, screw that. You guys can do better. 10,000 likes by the morning, and we'll do a brand new trade logic Madden 21 rebuild tomorrow. Video from earlier already has like 8,000 likes, so you guys are psychos. Last thing before we get into the trades, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because if and only if we can hit 800k subscribers by the end of March, we're doing a massive next-gen console giveaway to all my subscribers. You gotta be subscribed. We've got to hit 800k by the end of the month. It's the last month I'm putting this deal out there, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't. With that said, first trade attempt. Let's do something absolutely wild. I'll leave a link to the article in the description box below that kind of explains the tweaks, but you can read it, but you really don't know how it's going to affect the game. Like, how is it really going to work? So what I do want to try is I want to try to bring in Patrick Mahomes. I want to see if it's actually freaking possible now. Before, like, you could have 399 rated rookies and it would not even be halfway to going through. So I'm just curious, just like I literally, at this point in time, we have no idea what's going to happen. Justin Herbert, rookie, arguably the best rookie quarterback this past season for Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, I would not expect this to be accepted. I'm just curious how high up this would go, and understandable. It's not even remotely close. So if we throw in a little draft pick here, first round pick for Patrick Mahomes, it's declined, but if we can throw in a player here, what do they need, a left tackle? Do we have a left tackle here? No, we don't. He's 63 rated. They need a left end. Oh, we have Joseph Bosa. So Justin Herbert, a first round pick, and Joey Bosa for Patrick Mahomes. Oh, it's so close. Maybe they don't even want Justin Herbert. Maybe another player at a position they need. Middle linebacker, we have Kenneth Murray, a rookie. Maybe? Okay, it actually went down. But you guys see right then and there, I'm going to try trading with Patrick Mahomes in a little bit by the end of the video and see what we can get for Patrick Mahomes in return. But as you guys see right there, that is freaking so much different than what it was prior. Like, I'm sure there's a trade out there that you can possibly bring in Mahomes, which would probably be extremely difficult, but just the fact that you can see it's finally freaking possible. Now, I do want to see what the heck we can get for Justin Herbert, young rookie quarterback. What's a player, like, what's a team that actually needs a quarterback that we can get something good in return? The Colts, obviously, they need a QB. So, Quentin Nelson. Oh, I need to show you guys the Quentin Nelson trade after this, too. It's no longer what it used to be. So, could we get DeForest Buckner and Leonard? And, I just want to see, what's the possibilities nowadays? All three of these players, look how close that is, my dudes. For 3, which would be star players for this team, it's already so close to being accepted. So instead of Kelly, if we threw in I don't know, they have Marlon Mack. No, we don't. What about old Phillip Rivers instead? Submit this through. Hey, it actually went up a tad, I think. So how about just, what else do we have we could throw in here? T.Y. Hilton, old man, wide receiver. Okay, well, how about just these 2 guys? Buckner and Leonard. It's declined again. But still, if we throw in, let's throw a little 3rd round draft pick in here, and it's still declined. How about a 2nd round draft pick? Like this, I mean, never in a million years would you expect something like this to be accepted, just because Madden's stupid. Before this trade logic update, you couldn't even trade Patrick Mahomes for a 2nd round pick. That's how much trade logic needed to be. Oh god, I mean, it's still possible, but this is going to allow for so many more fun trades. So we get 2 stud players for Justin Herbert, a 2nd and a 4th. Now, I also want to show you the Quentin Nelson trade. I put something on my TikTok earlier, which is really funny, showing what you could get Quentin Nelson for before the trade logic update, and then afterwards, it's not even remotely close. You used to be able to get him for Gardner Minshew. I did in my Jags rebuild. Gardner Minshew, a 67 rated wide receiver, and a 4th round pick. Here, that's not even close to even working. Tyrod Taylor, we'll even throw in a nice little, who? Chris Harris, and then throw in a 3rd round pick, which was remotely better than what we offered in the Jags rebuild, and that was accepted, and now it's not even halfway to going through, which obviously that should be the case. 100% more realistic. It's just going to make speed rebuilds and rebuilds in general so much freaking harder. You can't easily stack your offensive line anymore, but it was needed to be a change like that, and we got it. So what will it take to bring in Quentin Nelson? And one thing that they did do is 1st round picks are insane now, like they should be. Like you see nowadays, star players being traded for 1st round picks. And that was not replicated in the game. Like I said, you couldn't even trade Patrick Mahomes for a 2nd round pick. Like, that was stupid. But now, 1st round picks actually mean a lot. I want to save that 1st round pick. I just want to see what it actually takes to bring in Quentin Nelson. They need a left outside linebacker, Drew Tranquill. They don't want him. I just am curious, like, what would it actually take to bring him in now? Austin Eckler and then Tyrod Taylor, submit this through? It's still decline. If we throw in a draft pick, how about a 1st round draft pick from the future years? Those have got to be weighted a lot heavier than what they were prior, right? So how about just the 1st from the next year? As you see, like I said, dudes, they are valued so highly, which they should be. Now, should this be accepted in real life? I don't know. It's like up for debate, but like, it's just so many trades are gonna be possible now, my dudes. It just makes me so freaking happy. If we just we'll throw in Tyrod Taylor now. So 1st round draft pick from 2022, Tyrod Taylor for Quentin Nelson. It was accepted. Now I want to see what you can even get for that 1st round pick. I'm sure you can get some star player for just one simple 1st, which should be the case. So what's a solid little player we can bring in that you might have not been able to get before just because this game is ridiculous? Like, there's players that used to be impossible to get where you literally, like I said, could put $3.99 overall rookies in the trade offer and they wouldn't even be halfway to being accepted. Now, I do still think they need to, hopefully next year, at least add one more slot to trade. So as you see, you can only offer 3 things in a deal, 3 players or pick any combination of the 2, and you're limited to 3. Like, you see so many deals nowadays where it involves a player and like 3 picks, maybe 4 picks, like 4 late picks, and it gets accepted in real life. But you can't do that because it's only 3 slots. So I'm hoping at bare minimum they give you one more slot next year, maybe even a 5th slot. I feel like a 5th slot would be perfect for trading in Madden. So what can we get though for a 1st round selection? I'm just trying to find a good candidate here. Devonte Adams. Oh, that could be a good one. I doubt it because he's a 99, but I'm just curious how much weight this actually pulls. Look at that. We're about to get ourselves Devonte Adams, 99 rated. These 1st round picks are about to be crucial when you're trying to trade players in your franchise mode. So how about a 1st? They need a middle linebacker or a defensive end. We have Uchenna Nwosu. This should be pretty easy, right? It's declined. Okay, so the picks are valued so highly. So if we just go in, little draft pick, and the thing is too, you can't really like just go by the green interest anymore because as you saw, like prior in terms of trade logic, if the 1st initial asset brought the trade up that much, it looked like it was like maybe a 3rd round or 4th round draft pick away from being accepted. We added in a whole other player that was green interest and it barely went up, probably because he's only a 78 rated. But like I like it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Makes things fresh. 6th round pick added in the deal. We bring ourselves in Devonte Adams, dude. That's so freaking awesome. So now I went out and got the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I have the number 1 overall pick in the draft. I want to see how heavily weighed this is. You saw we almost got Devonte Adams with a 1st. I think it was a 13th overall pick. What can we get with the 1st? Like, I don't even, like, so, okay, so here, what if we try to get Patrick Mahomes simply with the 1st overall selection? I doubt it, but I'm just excited to see what happens. Submit this through. It's a little bit less than halfway to going through. What else do we have we can offer here? Miles Jack. They do need an outside linebacker. They do need a center. I don't think it's going to be accepted, which I wouldn't think it should be in real life, but I'm just still curious to see how close it is. And you see, I mean, if we had 2 more slots and could add in maybe a 2nd and another 1st from a future year, maybe this would actually be accepted. How about instead we try 2 1st from this year and our 1st from next year, which is, okay, let me just try this. 2 potential number 1 overall picks, submit this through. Oh my! We might actually be able to get Patrick Mahomes. This is about to be insane. Submit this through. Oh, it's so close. Hold on. Give me somebody. Give me somebody that can trade away. So, do we have a middle linebacker? I want this so bad. This might be the first time in freaking Madden history somebody legitimately traded for Patrick Mahomes. So, Miles Jack, submit this through. It's declined again, man. It's so hard to get that last initial green bit of interest, dude. So, what else? What do you need? Left tackle? Do we have a left tackle you want? Cam Robinson, he's a youngster. They don't want him. So, okay, let me go out. I'm going to go out and try to acquire the second overall pick, which is from the New York Jets. Now, I guess we can, at the same time, see what it takes to get the second overall pick. So, the second overall pick from the upcoming draft. So, we're going to try the first and second from this year, and a first for the next draft, which is projected to be, obviously. So, the second overall pick, what's it going to take to get this? So, if we go ahead and trade this and maybe a second, I'm just curious to see what this would do. It's declined, which is, I mean, obviously I think it should be. We have 2 seconds though. Submit this through. That one was accepted. So now we have the number 1 pick, the number 2 pick, and then the number 1 pick from the following year. Is this now going to be enough to bring in Patrick Mahomes? If this actually goes down, I'm going to be so freaking happy, my dudes. So the first, that's 3 freaking first round picks. Patrick Mahomes, is this a possibility? Please, please, it's accepted. Let's go. For the first time in Madden franchise history, legitimately not changing anything, just simply trading things away. We bring in arguably like one of the best like quarterbacks we've seen in the league in the past 20 years, and he's still like 25 years old. Dude, this video just got so much freaking better. So now what we can do is see what the heck we can bring in return for Patrick Mahomes. Bros, like this brings a whole new world of possibilities for video ideas. Like I want to do I don't know if I want to do a ton of rebuilds, but there's so many different challenges I want to do now. I want to see who the top 10 superstars are that you can actually trade for in Madden now. Don't have to make any more bait thumbnails with Patrick Mahomes on there, because now you can actually trade for him. It takes a lot, obviously, but I think it would take more than that in real life. I don't know, though. Yeah, it would, 100%, because you had the number 1, number 2 overall pick, which is still a lot, but like for Patrick Mahomes, dude, I mean, as you see, the trade logic's not perfect, so I'm trying to say, but it's much improved, and if anything, the little bit of improvement that they did add to it, well, let's be honest, it's a pretty big improvement. Just makes it fun. It makes it a fun experience. Now, what can we get for a young 25-year-old 99 overall superstar X-Factor quarterback? So, right, let's go to a team that has a lot of like 90+ overall players that we possibly could bring in. How about this right here? How about Josh Allen, Tre'Davious White, and Stephon Diggs? I'm just going to throw this out there into the universe. Now, keep in mind, again, before trade logic update, you couldn't trade Patrick Mahomes for a second-round pick. It wouldn't be accepted. And if you traded Patrick Mahomes for Josh Allen straight up before the trade logic update, it might be like a fourth of the way to going through. Now we're trying Josh Allen, Tre'Davious White, and Stephon Diggs, once again, before the trade logic update. If you would have tried to trade Patrick Mahomes for any 3 of these players, like straight up, it wouldn't have been halfway. For all 3 of them, it's declined, but it's so goddamn close, dudes. That's so freaking awesome. Alright, so instead of Stephon Diggs now, how about Micah Hyde? Or no, let's try to get the best deal we possibly can get. What's a really good combination? How about this? How about we go Baker Mayfield, we go Myles Garrett, and let's go Denzel Ward. How about this combination? That one was accepted, bros. These rebuilds are about to be so much fun. So many ideas I have, bro. That's so awesome. Like, this is so freaking awesome. All right. Well, let's do a few more. I'm having so much fun recording this. I'm just trying to think like the possibilities we had before the trade logic. Like who was like easy to get, who wasn't easy to get, who was impossible to get, who should have been easier to get than they were. But let's try Julio Jones. Like he, like in real life, would probably take a first-round pick, maybe a little bit more. Even though he's 32 now, he's still one of the best, if not the best receiver in the league. So, like, he obviously should take a lot, but what's it going to take now? I think it would have taken quite a bit before. It probably would have taken 2 firsts and a player. Now, is that realistic value for Julio Jones? I don't know. I just want to see what it does in Madden. But what do we even have that we can trade away? Might have to go to a different team. Like, we don't even have any more first-round picks for the next 2 years. How about a second from next year, a third from this year? I just want to use it as a baseline. Submit this through. Okay, so Mr. Julio Jones is pretty easy to get this year. I wish I would have known what I could have got him for as a baseline. Just the second itself got Julio Jones accepted. So if we make another, if you guys want to see a brand new top 10 superstars to trade for video with the updated trade logic, let me know. Once again, if we get 10,000, 15,000 likes, well, I'll bring that to the channel this weekend because this is fun and you best believe Julio Jones would be on that list. Let's keep this thing going, my dudes. Who else can we bring in? I'm trying to think though. I want to show what I'm talking about on the flip side of things. Let's actually go Jordan Love here. How smart is this game actually? Because he's only 68 overall, but he's a rookie. But at the same time, he's behind a 95 rated quarterback. So I don't remember all the patch notes that I saw, but there's a lot of emphasis on how young they are, who they have in front of them. So what does it take to get Jordan Love? Before, you could get Jordan Love for a pack of freaking Skittles. You could get him for your pubic hair if you cut him off with freaking scissors and put him in a plastic bag. So, after the trade logic update, it should take a lot for a nice little rookie quarterback, even though he's only 68 rated and hasn't started yet. I just want to throw this out there because this might have been close to being accepted last time. 4th round pick. Okay, so it looks like Jordan Love still might be a little easy to get. Let's just throw in Dare Ogunbowale. Submit this through. I mean, that should not be that close, dude. So there's still probably gonna be some loopholes, some things that aren't perfect, but as you've seen so far, it's at least different and a little bit fun. Middle linebacker straight up. So as you see, there's definitely some holes left. But as I was trying to say before, if you go once again, let's just go to, what about Jalen Hurts? He used to be extremely easy to get in franchise mode, but is he still easy to get? Let's go with the 4th round pick just like we did with Jordan Love, but because Carson Wentz is only 1 overall higher, I wouldn't think it'd be that close. Okay, so Jalen Hurts, it looks like it's going to be extremely easy to get still. So that's hilarious. But okay, so they're doing a really bad job of letting me explain what's going on here. So they said in the patch notes, the young quarterbacks like Tua, like Justin Herbert, like Joe Burrow, their value is so much higher than what it used to be. So Tua for a 4th, just like the Jalen Hurts, even though he's only 2 overall higher than Jalen Hurts, you see, it's not really that close. Is there a package deal, though, we could actually put down here? How about Baker Mayfield for Tua straight up? That's accepted. So there's still some funky little things you're going to be able to do here. Now, to prove a point, I'm now the Bengals. Now, to prove the point I was trying to prove, I'm now the Bengals, and I want to show how much you can get for a 77 rated quarterback, but he's Joe Burrow, and he's a rookie, and he's a high overall. So what can we get in return for him? As you saw, Patrick Mahomes, we got a ridiculous amount in return. Even though Patrick Mahomes isn't a rookie, I wouldn't expect, obviously, to get that much in return, but I would expect, get a decent little chunk back. So, right off the bat, Bears, we're already here. Khalil Mack. I'm scared it will be accepted straight up. I have no idea. That's the fun about this. So just for the heck of it, let's just throw in somebody else in the deal just to see if it's a possibility in there. It might be still in the red. I have no idea. Submit this through. Oh my god, let's go! This game is awesome. Holy crap. They just made this game so fun, dude. Is it realistic? I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't expect this to be accepted in real life, but it's a rookie quarterback. It's just so many possibilities, dude. So, to bring in Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, Roquan Smith. Now, let's go to the Rams. Let's go to the Rams and try to get Aaron Donald instead. We saw that would be accepted. No, screw it. We throw in at the round pick. It's accepted. Yeah. Great. I want to see what players we can bring in. So, Aaron Donald. How about just Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey for Joseph Burrow? We submit this in the universe. Okay, that's fair play. Fair play's declined. But what would it take to add into this deal to bring in both those freaking superstars? How about our 5th overall pick from the 1st round? Submit this through. It's accepted. Let's go, dudes. That's so awesome. We probably, honestly, could have thrown in another player when we added that 1st round pick with it. Holy crap. Okay, let's keep this running. This is so much fun. Okay, so how about, in the past, when there's rebuilds, it'd be very, very scummy, but I would make my offensive line really, really good because I could get some old players for pretty cheap. Now, I want to see, that's still got to be a thing because obviously in real life, it's realistic to trade less for older players than it is for younger players. But let's see how much has been changed. So, Andrew Whitworth, 87 rated, he's 39 years of age. Does it really take nothing to get him a 6th round pick from this year? It's declined. Fair place. Okay, so they're both valued at 1 stars. Well, how about instead, what did I just do? A 6? How about a 4th? 4th for Andrew Whitworth. Declined again. So if we throw in, they need a fullback. We do have Jeremy Cox. How about just Jeremy Cox for Andrew Whitworth? Okay, no, it's declined. So it looks like it's a little bit hard. It's not like ridiculously harder than what it was before, but it's a little bit more difficult, which I guess at the same time it should be. How about the third for Andrew Whitworth? That one was accepted. Now, I think this was a little bit of a reach, a little bit too much for a 39-year-old left tackle, but I'm not complaining, still fun. Let's do a couple more if we get out of here. Like I said, guys, I'm just having so much fun. How about, what would it take to bring in Lamar Jackson? What about this? How about like Aaron Donald in return? Declined, but we're going to be able to bring Lamar Jackson replacing Joe Burrow. At the same time, we'll still have Jalen Ramsey. If we throw in, what's a little player we can throw in? Samaje Perine. I'm just throwing things into the universe right now. Nah, it's not accepted. So instead, we'll go a little bit of a second-round pick from this year. Submit this through. Still declined. If we throw in, let's go our third from next year. Submit this one through now. And bam, Lamar Jackson coming over from the Baltimore Ravens to Cincinnati Bengals. Holy crap. This is so much fun. I literally could do this for hours. I probably could sit here for 45 minutes straight having fun just trading for virtual players. This is so much fun. All right, let's keep it rolling. Do a few more. How about how about Russell Wilson? That's a guy you've never seen be able to be traded in a franchise mode. So if everything's correct, okay, they still have the stupid glitch where you have to back out to be able to come back in and actually be able to trade the player or pick you just traded for. Don't know how that's been a glitch in the game for 4 years and they can't fix that. It'll probably take them 10 minutes with their EA Sports. You don't care about the small details. But how about Lamar Jackson? If this is true, he's only 24. So they should value him so much more highly than they do Russell Wilson. So what would it actually take? Would it I would expect, even though it would seem crazy, like back in the day, as in 48 hours, 24 hours ago at this point, this would not even be probably out of the red. I would expect what we've seen this to be accepted straight up. So I'm going to see if I can get more out of it. So how about Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner for Lamar Jackson? Submit this one through. Okay, that one's declined. Fair. So how about him just straight up declined again? All right. I'm surprised at that one, but you know what? Screw it. So for Lamar Jackson, you know what? Let's actually see. Let's actually see what it would take. That's what we'll do. We'll end off this video by seeing what it would actually take to bring in Russell Wilson to your team. Because obviously there's a ton of trade rumors around like Russell Wilson being traded in real life. So I'm actually going to look up his odds and see who the favored team is to trade for him and hop into a franchise with that team and see what package we could put together to actually bring in Russell Wilson to that team. So don't shoot the messenger or anything. It's literally the first betting odds that came up. So legitimate Vegas betting odds. Like I don't know if they've changed since this article came out. Apparently the favorite, aside from the Seahawks just keeping them, is the Las Vegas Raiders. Like, I don't think it happens, but bite me. This is what the article says. This is what Vegas says is the favorite to bring in Russell Wilson if he was to be traded. So we're going to see what it would take for John Gruden to package together to bring in Russell Wilson. Like, what do we actually have, though? We don't have any young quarterbacks. We do have a first-round pick, though. And as we've seen, first-round picks are freaking huge for trading away. So it'll obviously take more than a first in real life, but let's just see. This is Madden. This is fun. So Russell Wilson, for just the first round pick, submit it through. It's declined. It should be. So obviously, if you're liking this deal, you have to ship the quarterback on a return. So Derek Carr and the first round pick, submit this one through. It's declined, but it's getting closer, my dudes. But as we've seen, like, I want to try to once again explain what I witnessed so far in today's video. Like, as you guys saw, it's declined. It looks pretty close. But I've, noticed in this video, it takes a lot more to get the trade to be completed with about that much more interest to go than it was by far previously before the trade logic update. So normally you'd maybe be able to trade what? Like maybe add in a third round pick, maybe add in a backup running back or backup quarterback and that'd be accepted. But no, you probably have to actually throw in a pretty good pick or a pretty good starter. So let's see a fullback. We have I might try the fullback here. Alec Ingold. They need a fullback. Submit it through. Okay, it didn't go up. I didn't really expect it to. He's only 75 rated. And it seems like there's not much interest around players under like 80 rated unless they're a quarterback and a rookie. So that's wild. So let's see. They do need a left end. Do we have a left end we can trade away? Max Crosby. So he is young. How about Carl Nassib? They don't want Carl. They want Max. Max Crosby, Derek Carr, and a first-round pick, and it's declined. Wow, see what I'm saying? That's Max Crosby. I would expect that to actually be accepted. So I guess we move Next, we go on, they do the left guard. Do we have one? Richie Incognito, but he's 95 years old. They don't want him. he's really so old. But that actually went up quite a bit. So right tackle, don't we have Trent Brown. Okay, this should be fair. I think this one should be accepted, and it was. So, if the Oakland Raiders, according to Madden 21, want to bring in Russell Wilson, it'll take a first, Derek Carr, and a starting right tackle. And to be completely fair, I don't think this is the worst thing in the world. Like, obviously, I would think maybe one more first and then maybe a second, but that's not horrific value if the player actually wants out of their team. Now, just for pure curiosity, because obviously I'm a Titans fan, if you guys have been around the channel for a while, what does it take to bring in Derrick Henry? Like, there's a lot of instances throughout trade logic in the last few years where it's pretty easy to get random running backs. Like, sometimes CMC was easy to get, Saquon Barkley was easy to get, just really random. But I know Derrick Henry's never really been easy to get. So, I want to see. I want to see if it's a possibility. So, for him, how about a second round draft pick for Derrick Henry? Submit this through. Okay, fair play. It's declined again. So how about a first round draft pick from next year? So we'll really be able to see here how much they value a second from this year versus a first from the next year. And I think with the trend we've been seeing, it should be quite a bit more. And as you see, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Before, they were about the same. And now it's about halfway to being accepted. So a first round draft pick from 2022. And we also throw in here, how about we ship Marcus Mariota back to Tennessee to be a backup QB? And we also, they need a defensive tackle, my Titans do. Jonathan Hankins or Maurice Hurst, he's 26. They sort of want him to submit this through. Declined again, so it probably will take a player that they want in terms of green interest. Now, don't we have a good, strong safety here in Oakland? Jonathan Abram, they might not want him, though. Even though he's still pretty young, I think I mean, if I was a Titans fan, I would like to have him. How about the right end position? Anybody here? Mr. Farrell, he was a top 5 pick just a few years ago. Submit this through into the universe. Declined again. So now if we throw in, who's our center? Rodney Hudson. He's old though. They do want him. How about this by itself? It was accepted. Let's go, dudes. So bringing Derrick Henry. Takes a first from the next year. And then an old man at the center position. He's still good though. He's still good. He still has a few more years left in him. But that's just, once again, this is making me happy. A first round pick though from next year. I'm sure maybe if you had a first from this year, that might have actually been accepted. Now, once again, it's out of pure curiosity. Since Saquon Barkley's always been easy to get, so was Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott's randomly always been pretty, relatively easy to get as well. Saquon a little bit more, though. Since he's been easier to get, kind of historically, I kind of want to try this. 89 rated Saquon Barkley. What's it going to take to bring him in? So they need a quarterback. We have Marcus Mariota. Just curious. Okay, not even close, but understandable. So how about now, don't we have our outside linebacker we can maybe trade away? We have Corey Littleton. They sort of want him submitted through into the universe. About halfway through to being accepted. I'll take Marcus Mariota up for now because they probably really don't want him that much. He's only 69 rated. Left tackle, who do we have? We have Colton Miller. He's a youngster. Submit this through. Declined again, but now, my dudes, how about now if we do add in Marcus Mariota into this deal to bring in Saquon? Backup quarterback, submit it into the universe. Declined again. So it probably will take a draft pick on top of everything. So if we go in here and throw in the third from this year, submit it. It's so close to being accepted. It's so freaking close. So how about the second from next year instead of the third for this year? How about that one, Madden? And it was accepted. So we've learned so much. So how about an aging 99 overall? Stephon Gilmore. I mean, he's still kind of in his prime. Like 30's not old at all. He's 99 though. Kind of towards the end of his contract. The Patriots might trade him away in real life. What would it take to bring him in? So Marcus Mariota, I'm again just going to try trade him to every team. Tight end, we have Darren Waller. So how about this? How about a tight end for a cornerback? Straight up, decline, but that's as close as you possibly can get. So I really think here, we could maybe throw in a 7th round selection from next year, and it would be accepted for Stephon Gilmore, and it was. Oh, I am just having a happy moment. Happy moment, happy RBT. Let's do, I don't want to stop. Like, the video is already long, but I don't want to stop. We might have to do another one of these. Oh, how about JJ Watt? You know what? That's a nice way to end the video. JJ Watt, he's 32 years of age. He's been a player you've seen me get a few times, but at the same time, he's like, sometimes he's hard to get. I don't know, it's random. Like, he's not the easiest player to get, but it shouldn't have been that easy for a 95 overall. But since he's 32, what's the possibilities here? So defensive tackle here. Jonathan, Maurice, maybe Malik Collins? They want Maurice. How about Maurice for JJ? It's half-life. They value JJ Watt at 1 star. What the heck? That's random. Left outside linebacker, do we have anybody here? Raekwon McMillan and Nicholas Morrow. They want Nicholas. Submit this one through. It's declined again. But now we throw in maybe a third for JJ. That one's accepted, so there you go. JJ Watt is not too hard to get this year. Let me do. I don't. It's so much fun. Like, if you guys have not hopped into Madden franchise yet since the update came out this morning, do it and just sit here for hours seeing who you can trade for. Just seeing all the combinations. It's fun. It's like you can play GM now. It's like entering a whole new freaking galaxy in Star Wars or something, and it's like having all these players you can trade away and all these different combinations. I can actually act like I'm a freaking NFL GM for once and not some 25-year-old grown man who makes YouTube videos and has a rubber chicken that he names Chuck, and then he has a nice little cock behind him. Now, Von Miller, we've seen me trade for him a lot in rebuilds because for some reason this year, he's been like, you can trade like a second-round pick and get him straight up, or like a backup running back. Big questions. It's still the same after the trade logic update. This will probably honestly be the last trade. Defensive tackle, Malik, Jonathan Hankins. We're kind of running out of players now. We've already traded everybody away. How about McKinley or Arden Keith? They do McKinley, so a 72 for Von Miller. Oh, okay, that's a lot harder than what I thought. Well, okay, so that's definitely a difference. I'm the second round pick for Von Miller. That's declined. So, like, why is it so hard to get him if they only value him at 1 star or 2 stars? That does seem kind of strange. So how about a third also added into the deal? They kind of don't want it now. It's declined again. Like, they don't really want McKinley for some reason. So I think it's a little bit harder than what it was pre-patch. Gabe Jackson. They don't want Gabe, even though they do need a right guard. So who do you even want from me? Is there anybody on my team that you want? They don't even want Farrell. He was a top 5 pick just a few years ago. Why do you want McKinley over Farrell? That's so weird. Like, what a bunch of weird men. Max Crosby, I'm just trying to, like, see who the heck they want. Either of these guys are all yellow interest. Submit this through is barely declined. Are you serious? So how about one of these corners, Trayvon Mullen? Okay, they really want Trayvon. So how about Trayvon straight up? So they apparently, whatever they adjusted the trade logic, made it a lot harder to get Von Miller, because that easily would have been accepted last time. So about Trayvon in a second. Declined again, but now if we add in, how about that third from next year, or are we going to have to trade away Max Crosby? That would seem like a lot for Von Miller. Once again, the whole purpose is to show you some of the differences pre- and post-trade logic patch. Where we are, this one's going to easily be accepted. How about just Takaris instead? McKinley, submit it through. That went down. I think that went down. Why does it even say they want him when they don't? Anyways, maximum Crosby, submit it through. It's okay, that's a sucky ending to the video, but still fun.